What is up, guys? Welcome back. So today I want to talk about leaning into your anxiety and how important that is for anxiety recovery, and also for management and things like that. I'd say if you want to get to that 75% mark, which is a great place to be, by the way, if things are 75% better than where they were when you were at your worst, you're probably able to at least live life. Things are a lot more manageable. There's a lot less fear. You're probably sleeping. You're probably eating what you want. You're probably not really avoiding. Leaning into your anxiety is going to be a big part of that process, especially if you're wanting to make a full recovery. And I know many of you are watching, or at least very hopeful to make that full recovery, but we're still making a lot of mistakes. And it's okay to make these mistakes, but we want to gradually, get towards where we're wanting to be by cutting some of these mistakes out. But it is easier said than done when you have horrible anxiety symptoms, especially if you're having panic attacks. It becomes very, very easy to start avoiding. And that is obviously the opposite of leaning into your anxiety. And I struggled with that. At first I did try to do things because I thought, well, I want to at least do things that I enjoy, like going golfing and hanging out with my friends, or going out to eat, or watching a movie, or getting in the car and driving. But once I started to do those things with my new emergence of anxiety, I started to realize that those things brought out more anxiety. And then I started to make a horrible mistake of avoidance. If I could avoid driving somewhere, I definitely did it. And guess what? That made getting in the car next time a nightmare. It made it even harder. The more you avoid, the harder that particular situation or scenario or thing is going to be the next time you try to do it. That's how important it is to stop avoiding today. And it could be with anything. We all have our things, right? For some of you, it's driving. For some of you, it's being in a social situation. For some of you, it's spending time with your family or sitting down and watching a movie. For some of you, it's just sitting on the couch for 10 minutes. You know the things that bring out your anxiety. I would encourage you guys today to either journal about this or just get out a piece of paper and write down the things that bring out your anxiety. For some of you, that may be 3 big things. For some of you, that may be 2 pages front and back. And start making it a goal to start exposing yourself to these things. Exposure is a perfect example of leaning into your anxiety. Now, I'll give you some bonus tips on exposure. Make your exposure more valuable. Now, exposure is better than no exposure, right? So I'll give you an example on this, guys, of what really leaning into your anxiety would look like. Say you're trying to expose yourself to driving. So there's the version, and this is what I would do a lot of times if I had to go to work or if I was just trying to make myself do something. I'd try to white knuckle it through the entire process. So I'm squeezing the steering wheel, I'm speeding a little faster. Now it's a good thing that I'm doing it. Is there some value to it? I think yes. It's better than staying at home. At least I'm not avoiding, right? But the next level is to not exhibit all those anxiety behaviors. Squeezing the steering wheel, speeding, I'm having to chug water nonstop. Maybe I get on the phone with my mom. Maybe I pull over 10 times whenever it's technically not necessary. Saying all the wrong things to myself. Your response to your subconscious when you're having anxiety is so crucial. It makes a big difference. It can change your exposure. So for some of you that are doing exposure for driving or going to work or doing these things, congratulations. I'm happy for you. It's going to be a little better because you're doing that, right? Because you're not avoiding. Now let's make the exposure valuable by leaning into it even more. Sure, you're leaning into it a little bit by making yourself do something. Now let's lean into it even more, and let's stop saying, please stop, I'm just trying to get to work, or please, I just need to get through this wedding. She's gonna hate me if I leave early, or please, I just need to sit through this movie. Please let this go away. My wife's gonna kill me if I get up again and don't spend any time with her and the kids. That part has to change. You see what I'm saying? So some of you are making that mistake there. Change your response. It could be as extreme as what I would do in certain situations. Bring it on. I dare you. Come on, show me. For some of you, it can be going to gratitude, For some of you, it can be, this is also a helpful one. Is this as bad as my anxiety has ever been? No? Okay. Well, I didn't die then. I'm not going to die now. For some of you, it's just giving safety. I'm okay. I'm healthy. I've been checked out. so many different times. I thought I've had X, Y, Z, or A through Z, honestly. Nothing ever happens to me. Everything that I fear never comes to fruition. This is just a movie with my beautiful wife and my beautiful children. Or this is a job that I used to love and anxiety's made it hell, but this is what I love to do. This is what I was meant to do. Or we're going on a safe drive. I'm a safe driver. I'm not gonna get in a wreck. I'm not gonna have a heart attack on the way. I'm not gonna have a seizure. I'm not gonna just pass out. I never do, and I never will. I love to drive. I love to travel. I love to do things like this. For some of you, it could be golfing, and especially if you're doing something that you love to do or that you love to do in the past, try to bring that back to the forefront of your mind and visualize those things. Visualize having a good time doing what you used to love to do, right? But that's how you can make your exposure even more valuable instead of just white knuckling through it. So I encourage you guys to start leaning into your anxiety. Start doing that today. Make a list of all those things. And then a secondary list. These are some things that I tell the people that I coach, guys. So this is really good, valuable stuff. Make a list of all the anxiety behaviors that you exhibit during these situations, whether it's like rubbing your face or rubbing your hands through your hair, getting up and pacing around, wringing your fingers. For some of you, it could be more extreme, pinching yourself, snapping yourself with a rubber band. Maybe you're having to go to pain to try to ground yourself. Try to figure out what those things are, make a list of them, and I want to get away from that because that doesn't express safety and bravery and courage to my subconscious when I'm dealing with this. It's actually confirming that this situation, is dangerous. Whenever I'm squeezing the wheel, I'm saying that this is a dangerous situation. When I'm trying to speed back home, I'm saying that this is dangerous. I got to get home or something bad's going to happen. If I'm walking out of the grocery store super fast, that means that grocery store is a dangerous place. It's good that I went. It's good that you drove. It's good that you went to the store. And for some of you, you ain't got a choice. I get it. But for those of you that are trying to go out of your way to do things, it's good that you're doing it. Now let's make it more valuable and let's get away from those behaviors. Make a list of them so you're aware. You're going to be more aware because some of these are just automatic. Or next time that you find yourself anxious and you're just going through the flow, what are you doing? Are you having to stand up real quick? Are you having all those things I mentioned? And the car, it could be speeding. It could be grabbing and squeezing the steering wheel. It could be checking your heart rate. It could be looking at your smartwatch to see what your numbers are. Get away from those things and make your exposure more valuable. So guys, lean into your anxiety. I hope this video was valuable. If you want more extensive help with your anxiety recovery process, check out my course, Elite Anxiety Bootcamp. I'm gonna put that down below in the description and in the first pinned comment. I'm gonna read you a review real quick. Elite Anxiety Bootcamp was the missing piece in my recovery. The second day of working on the course, that heaviness feeling that comes with health anxiety lifted from me because I was finally doing something concrete to work towards recovery. The course gave me foundation, tools, and a coach that wasn't going to give up. Trey has been there. He gets it, and he truly cares about your success. Elite Anxiety Bootcamp was more than worth it. I still have a lot of work to do, but thanks to this course, I've been symptom-free for 2 weeks after 14 months of nonstop symptoms. Thank you, Trey. So check that out if you haven't. It's helping so many people. I want you to be a part of that. And the best thing about it also is that it's affordable, okay? So be a part of that. There are other resources down below. Please like this video if you got value. And until next time, guys, keep fighting.